Hana, dos, three. Hey everyone, my name is Adi Sokol, K-pop analyst, and today we are watching Who Am I, Daniel Jikal documentary chapter 2. Let's go!
For me, I think before Loud, I've never been to Korea, and my grandparents, my parents, they've been here. My grandparents grew up here, but I've always only stayed in Brazil or United States. But when you look at me, I look Korean. I am Korean in the end of the day. I was always curious about the culture in Korea because it is my roots. So I think one of the reasons why I chose to be here is because I really wanted to learn and just be able to experience my root, my nationality, which is Korean. Really try to understand what my grandparents went through, where they lived, all these things. I thought it was just such an amazing opportunity, and that's why I took the chance when I saw it. When everything was set that I was going to Korea, I think at first everyone was really worried. They barely knew anything about Korea, so they were really concerned because on their eyes they were like, oh, I can't even really survive in Korea, because I haven't been there that much. How is this, my kid gonna go there and survive by himself? So I think that was what they had in mind, and that's what made them really have a lot of worries throughout this whole process. And I mean, my friends as well, they were all honestly really sad that I was leaving, but they're always worried because they're like, oh, Korea, they were warning me. They're like, oh, it's different there. It's not the same as America. It's different. The culture is different. Everything is different. Gotta be careful. So they're all definitely very worrisome of me. When I was coming to Korea, I think the one thing that I was really looking forward to, the culture. Curious about how the lifestyle is here. I heard it from other people that the lifestyle here is really fast. It's very go, 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 no stopping. And in America, it's more relaxed. Like in California, it's very relaxed. So I was honestly very curious about oh, how is it gonna be? Because I've only lived in neighborhoods that weren't cities. Apart from Brazil, the California is very open, very wide, not really city-like. But here there's a bunch of buildings, a bunch of konmur, there's it's a very city. So I was very excited for that and looking forward to that city life. So, I mean, as some of you guys might know, when it came to Korea, I came for the Loud program, which was a survival show. Throughout the show, it was a new experience. It was really different, and seeing the reaction from everyone was very, 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 it was just honestly weird. Seeing the reaction from my family in Brazil when they were oh, he's on TV. Seeing my parents say oh, he's on TV. People that I haven't talked in years were texting me being oh, I saw you on this show. All of these reactions that I was getting from different people were just it was honestly very strange, and I wasn't used to it, but honestly it was a very good thing because I got to I feel connect with the people that I've been throughout my life. Since they watched me through TV, they were able to talk to me about it. We were able to have some sort of conversation about it. So I think in general it was a very it was a new experience. It was very good though. I want to be able to just be different and kind of create new trends, if that makes sense. Not completely follow what I've been doing all these years, but kind of make something new, make an impact in the industry here in Korea. I think with my knowledge, with living in Brazil, living in America, I've had all these other influences that if I'm able to come here to Korea and implement that into my music, I want to be able to really shake up the industry, and people be oh, Daniel's kind of changing the style here. He's kind of changing the music scene. If I can even shake it up 1%, that would be insane to me. So I think as an artist, for me, as I grow, I really want to just be able to make songs that leave people with the impression of, okay, he's trying something different, or okay, he's here to change the industry. He doesn't want to be the same, that type of message.
Obviously, I've only played the guitar, piano, a little bit of drums, a little bit of bass, but as I move on as an artist, I want to try other instruments such as violin or I don't know, bassist, or just other kind of more complicated. I want to say complicated, but more diverse instruments. And as my production gets better, I mean, eventually, you know, I want to learn like as much instruments as I can. So as I grow right now and really I'm just focusing on being an artist, I think that's like an opportunity that will come and that I can't take advantage of, which is just taking my time and really focusing on.
When I practice, I really try to imagine myself on stage. I try to practice as if I'm gonna be up there on stage, you know? And like that's like the main thing for me is that although I can rap really well or I can, you know, have my pronunciation be perfect, my voice be perfect, like if the crowd is not seeing it, if the people watching me are not feeling that emotion of me, like I think for me, like whenever I'm rapping, like in my head I'm like, okay, is this gesture gonna be good for this part for people to see? Is this gesture over here gonna make sure people listen to my lyrics a little better? If I give the mic to this side, are the people gonna like kind of sing it back to me? If I don't sing this part, will people like kind of remember it still? If I sing this part, will people remember it? Like all those thoughts are going into my head as I, you know, practice. And you know, it's obviously very overwhelming at times because as for now, I am really just thinking like every practice session is like as if I'm like at a concert, as if I'm like in like a live show, as if I'm like, you know, performing to, even if it's like 3 people, you know, I'm still performing in front of a person and I want to make sure that person feels what I'm rapping. I think the inspiration I want to give to people, you know, I just really kind of want to show them that don't be afraid to, you know, be different. Don't be afraid to do what you love. When it comes to challenges that I need to like, things like that help me through the challenges. Like I'll say just being comfortable and being confident with who you are. I think I'm confident with my craft. I know that I'm a good a good creative person. I have confidence in my music. I have confidence in, you know, my artistry, you know, basically my morals. I think if my morals are solid and I know and I'm confident and I don't lose myself and I don't second guess myself, I think I'm able to overcome, you know, anything that comes in my way.
Daniel Jikal. P Nation. Okay, let me phrase it like this. Throughout the history of P Nation, there have been many iconic and interesting artists, and I can totally see Daniel becoming one of them for sure. Like the things he's mentioning there in the video about the culture differences and that he wants to like shake the scene at least by 1% and everything, and knowing his background and what he's capable of, I'm so looking forward to that, and I can see like him becoming a really important artist of P Nation. Like I don't want to say those artists that are in P Nation or have been in P Nation like are not iconic or anything like that. That's not the true. They are for sure. But with Daniel, this is like he's starting with P Nation. Oh, basically he started, but then he left, and like we didn't get that much from him unless until he came back to Korea to join P Nation again. But he basically started like the entry to the industry with Loud slash P Nation, and now he's continuing right at the point where he ended. So P Nation is like his like true beginnings, and yeah, I can see him like going big with P Nation and being like a really iconic and important part of P Nation in upcoming years and future in general. Wow, this is so good. I said the same in the previous reaction. I just love that Daniel rejoined P Nation, decided to come back to Korea to do the things he's about to do, as he's saying in those videos. I don't have much to say. I hope there will be another episode. I like this docu series a lot. Only thing I wanted to mention early on in the video that I didn't know he had never been in Korea before Loud. I thought that obviously he stayed much longer in United States or Brazil, but I assumed like he would visit Korea at least here and there, but it was apparently his like first time ever, so that was surprising. So I guess although I have seen Loud 3 times and I'm interested in Daniel as an artist, there are still things that I'm not aware of, so I'm glad I'm watching this series. And that's all from me for this episode. I'm looking forward anything that's next to be released. Let me know what are your thoughts about this docu-series. What do you feel about Daniel, if you know him from Loud or if you just started to know him with this docu-series. And that's all. So see you next time. Bye.